ask yourself, greetings, you got to ask yourself, why is the Uber stock, right, just stuck? It's just stuck there on mid-30s, 36, and it will not move up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Just cannot break out of the cycle. It's very simple. And your company has tons and tons of skeletons in the closets, multiple closets. People are too panicky, man. Why should the public invest in a stock? Why should Wall Street, why should the financial world invest in a stock when there's like a surprise every week? Every week there is something coming out. Architect Gamers in the house, welcome you. Jimmy's in the house. Muay Thai Ref, good to see you guys. Certainly did Muay Thai Ref, big time. But that's not just today, every day. Anyway, so this is a great story, and the cool thing is, like, especially Alfredo Rosales in the house, over the last 2 months, I've had a lot of ex-employers of Uber, not of Lyft, but of Uber contact me. They want to start talking about the dirty laundry, and I'm saying, okay, let's talk about the dirty laundry. I'll bring you on the show. You don't work for them anymore, right? So what do you have to lose? Why don't you just start exposing the stories and start, standing up like a whistleblower should, to make the environment better for those employees at Uber and make the environment better for drivers. Give me the dirty laundry. I'll hang it out there. I'll hang it out in my channel. Mark Foudy's in the house. Omar Gavaret's in the house. San Jose, cool. Inland Empire, my brother, Salvi. Love you, man. Good. Had a good one-on-one chat. I think I was his first guest on his live stream. If you haven't, go and subscribe to him. He is a genuine, caring, loving individual. That's how I know him. He has a heart of gold. He cares about people. Go and subscribe to his channel. He's in the house. Inland Empire, Salvi Rideshare. We have Rusty Shackleford in the house. I welcome you. Says, thank you for the videos, especially opening our eyes on Prop 21. And thank you for saying that. And thank you for allowing me to use this platform to talk about these issues. Now, I want to throw one thing out there before I get into the story, right? You've been offered, it's been confirmed by Uber. They used Los Angeles as an example, and they said, listen, we're paying you 30 cents a mile. 30 cents a mile, let's start with that. I'm going to make my case for no on 22 right here and now, right? The fear marketing that you cannot choose your platform, that you cannot choose your hours is not true. AB5 is pushing for true independent contractor status. What Lyft and Uber are selling you on is that you are a true independent contractor. That's the verbiage that they use. I want to give you the definition of a true independent contractor. It's someone that sets their own rates. It's someone who declines or accepts trips as they wish without the fear of retaliation. You're not an independent contractor, right? The closest you will get to independent contractorship, and I can take you there, is if you're a private limo driver, or if you have your own company, or your TCP license in California, or your TNC license in New York. And every day I help 2 people in Hawaii today, one in Honolulu, one on the Big Island, get their paperwork together. I helped people in Texas last week, help them become private drivers, consulted them how to do it. And that is the closest you will get to independent contractorship. I don't want to get off. Don't want to allow the train to leave the track. Let's stay on the track. 30 cents per mile is what Uber is offering you. And then, ladies and gentlemen, in the fine print, 25 pages, and this is what drivers don't read, right? In there, 120% of Los Angeles minimum pay. What's the Los Angeles minimum pay? $13. But in fine print, they will not tell you this up front, only for the hours driven with a passenger in your car. Not for the downtime, not for the refueling time, not for the waiting time, not for the disinfecting time, not for the cleaning time. It works out to $5.65. That's a guarantee they can give you. $5.65. per hour, $5.65 per hour and 30 cents. And you're going to have to drive around the clock 25 to 30 hours if you want health benefits. So let's just use those three factors: 30 cents a mile, $5.65 an hour. You've got to drive 25 to 30 hours per week if driven time, right? Not on the platform, driven time in order to get your health benefits. That, my friends, takes you back to rates that are even lower than 2019 and 2018. Why are drivers in California, San Diego, LA, Monterey, Inland Empire, Orange County, San Francisco, Sacramento, San Jose, why are they seeing some sort of money at the moment? Okay, during the pandemic, Uber is trying to make it attractive and throw you some bonuses, but most importantly, because of AB5, which is in effect January the 1st, 2020, Uber said, here's our legal argument. We have modified the app. Haven't done this for the other states. They only did this for California. Double standards. Doesn't that smell like double standards? Only because of the AB5 will they accommodate a multiplier. And a multiplier works the following way. They have a base rate. You can go up 1.2. You can set it yourself in your settings, 1.5, 2, 2x, 3x, up to 5x. People are making money right now, right? Enjoy it while you can. You have 24 to 30 days left to enjoy your multiplier. The reason why I say that, because if they get yes on 22, adios multiplier, goodbye multiplier, goodbye current earnings, back to 30 cents, back to $5.65 guaranteed per hour. And if you want to work for that, ladies and gentlemen, don't let me stop you. Don't let me stop you. So this is a great story. A software engineer at Uber, and he says, I'm voting against Proposition 22. Listen to this. This is an employee, right, who does coding during the day, and then at night he drives around. So he is what you could call an employer, and then he's a driver. He's not an independent contractor, because that's what they try and make him sound like. And he says, listen, this is an insider. Just like I have spoken to many insiders, just how I have some Uber employees starting to make videos as of the last 22 days countdown. I will actually have past Uber and Lyft employees on the show, on this show, that will be batting for no on 21. But that aside, my friends, I'm not here. If you yes on 22, you yes on 22. That's it. I'll accept it. If you no on 22, you no on 22. I will accept it. Just a believers in the house, Russian Pinoy, smash that button. Thank you. I like that name, Russian Pinoy. Good to see you. Ron Deutsch is in the house. New Zealand Uber, Vicky from New Zealand. Congratulations. They got the first wave of coronavirus under control, and they got the second wave of coronavirus under control. Can we please hear a amen? Congratulations. Tap yourself on your shoulders, New Zealand, and the rugby players of New Zealand called the All Blacks. You guys know how to run the show and keep the numbers down. Amazing. Let's follow their model. Uber do Português, I welcome you in the house. Inland Empire says, yes, truly blessed, guys. Torsten is truly genuine. Thank you for saying that. What you see on his platform is who you are as a real person. A privilege to have met him. And it's a privilege to have you as a friend, right? These are the friendships I want to build. These are the friendships I like to nurture. These are the individuals I'd like to help, and vice versa. They're helping me as well. Just by being here in your presence, we're helping each other. So, the Stormy 1992 says, shout out from Jacksonville, Florida. Now, I heard there's a storm coming your way, another hurricane. My prayers to Florida. Hope you stay safe during this. Hopefully, you're staying safe during COVID pandemic times. But man, Florida has been hit over and over again, just like Louisiana and Texas with these hurricanes. Man, it's got to do with this heat, right? Sucking that hot, that that hot ocean air, just sucking the moisture in and just building the turbulence and then going land inwards. Man, they've had a rough summer. We've got Diego Maserian in the house. Welcome you. Good to see you here, my brother. So, this guy is a software engineer at Uber, and he's voting against Proposition 22, right? Why is he voting against Proposition 22? And by the way, TC, TechCrunch, if you guys want to do yourself a favor, you want to stay on top of the tech world, TC, this little abbreviation, techcrunch.com, TECHCRUNCH.com, a must. Thank you, bro. God bless you as well. Rusty Shackelford says, New Zealand. Yes, New Zealand have the hardcore rugby players. As a kid, when I played soccer and I played rugby for my school, and then provincial rugby, and then university rugby, we had an invitational team from New Zealand, and they were good. They kicked our ass. I think the score was something like 46-28 or so. I remember that game because I was devastated after that. I go like, wow, these guys know how to play. But there's always that healthy rivalry between South Africa and New Zealand, the Springboks and the All Blacks. I'm passionate about my rugby. Now, it says here, I've been a software engineer at Uber for about 2 years. I've also been a ride-hail driver. The guy's doing both, right? I regularly drove for Lyft in college, and while my day job involves writing code for Uber Android apps, I still make deliveries for app-based companies on my bike to understand the state of the gig economy. So the guy truly he's truly dialed in from both sides, right? Both sides. Works for the company, and then on the outside works for the company again. These experiences have made me realize a crucial factor in the gig economy. Uber works because it's cheap and it's quick. I'm not going to deny that. Those are true factors. It's quick and it's very, very cheap, right? The instant gratification when we book a ride, right, on our phones, get the app, and a car shows up only in minutes later, gives us a sense of control. It's the most convenient thing in the world to go to your friend's house, the grocery store, or the airport at the click of a button. I will not deny that. I am a person who has taken many Lyft trips. I am a person who has ordered many Uber trips on the app, right? I had the chance to take a taxi. No, I chose to use the platform. And I switch it up. I'll go SUV, I'll go Lux, I'll go XL, I'll go X, depending on the occasion, depending how many people will be traveling with me. Obviously now during the pandemic, not taking a trip, right? So the instant gratification when we book a ride and a car shows up only in minutes gives us a sense of control. It's the most convenient thing in the world to go to your friend's house, the grocery store, or the airport at a click of a button. And I just repeated myself. But it's become clear to me, to this engineer, that this is only possible because countless drivers are spending their personal time sitting in their cars. We know that feeling, right? Waiting to pick up a ride, completely unpaid. Workers are subsidizing the product with their free labor. Let's repeat this. It's become clear to me that this is the only possible because countless drivers are spending their personal time sitting in their cars, right, waiting to pick up a ride, completely unpaid. Workers are subsidizing the product with their free labor. Again, workers are subsidizing the product with their free labor. I've decided to speak out against my employer, Uber, because I know what it's like to work with no benefits. Before joining Uber, I worked a range of low-wage jobs from customer service at Disneyland to delivering pizza with no benefits. Uber is one of several large companies bankrolling California's Proposition 22. They've now contributed $47.5 million to the campaign, $200 million in total. at work management tells us that passing Proposition 22 is for the best because it is critical for the company's bottom line, right? That's what they tell him. It's critical for the company's bottom line. Yet, a corporation's bottom line will not and should not influence my vote, his vote, right? Diego Mazarian, you're trying to set up a 1.5x. It's a good one. That's a safe one. Please, how can you tell me how to set it up? Okay, I think we'll make a video on that, or if we have some time later, it's in the app in the settings, right? If you're driving in California, which I know you are. So Rusty says, wow, well said. Workers are subsidizing Uber with free labor. It's a powerful, powerful, powerful statement. Abdul Agri says, me 2.9. Is that, are you driving on 2.9x? Yeah, LA, exactly. So we'll go over that. And maybe if somebody can just write a few lines to help him, right, how to set your multiplier while I continue making the video, I'm sure it'll truly help Diego, but I'll more than gladly make a separate video on that. So Uber claims Proposition 22 would be good for drivers, but that depends on Uber, the company. But that depends on Uber, the company, treating drivers better. I know from my experience working as an Uber engineer, there is a slim chance of that happening. William O'Connor, I appreciate you, brother. High five. Thank you. I feel like we should be able to set our own rates everywhere. Well, amen. Thank you. And again, this should again tell you a lot about Uber, right? Uber. This tells you double standards, right? Why should what's good for California not be good for William Connor in his state? Why should what's good for a California driver not be good for my friend Scott Tucker or Robin Reneth or Mark Roughton in Las Vegas or Texas or Florida, wherever you are? Why these double standards? So, even if you look at Proposition 22, knowing that these are double standards, and you guys are on the outside, so you're not maybe experiencing this in California, right? But assist us, pound them with social media from the outside, right? Because thanks to AB5, they brought out this multiplier, and the guys are making good money. I showed you what Thomas Gibson is making every week. I showed you what Paul Figueroa, consistently $2,500 on an Excel platform. That's good money, right? Why don't my brothers and sisters in Miami, Vegas, in Denver, in New Mexico, in Austin, San Antonio, Dallas, and Houston, why are they not making the same money? And all the other cities that I've left out, right? Why? Why these double standards, Darryl Khosrowshahi? Why? Right? Master of double standards. If you haven't learned from that alone should give you a lot of input on Proposition 22. Just the way they are handling California drivers and not allowing the rest of the country to have that privilege. That alone should tell you how they operate, right? Now, Uber claims Proposition 22 would be good for drivers, but that depends on Uber, the company, treating the drivers better. I know from my experience working as an Uber engineer, there is a slim chance of that happening. At the beginning of the pandemic, we learned Uber was about to embark on a round of layoffs. For weeks, we sat around not knowing if we'd keep our jobs and health insurance. They just dangle you out there, keep you in the dark, right? And by the way, if you are any engineer, and I've made a video specifically for attorneys, right? For legal people that work at Uber, save your face, save your grace, leave the ship. The ship is a Titanic. You're going to battle so hard if you get laid off, right? Because they're not doing well. Their numbers are not healthy. The rideshare side is not working. You're better off transitioning out into another stable job, right? Because Uber is going to leave you high and dry, just like this guy said, right? High and dry. They will hang you out there, boom, throw you out on the street. And people are even suing the company for wages, unpaid wages. I'm suing them for $1 million on unpaid referrals. Hundreds of thousands of drivers are suing Uber left, right, and center. No wonder, ladies and gentlemen, no wonder this stock, right? It's dismal. It's dismal. It's not even dismal. It's pathetic. It won't get out the 35, 36 range. It's just stuck there. Now, I will, I'll send it to you if you could just text or email me. Yeah, just want to get through this. So ultimately, the company laid off 3,500 workers in the middle of a pandemic. Well done. And they did it via a 3-minute Zoom call. That should tell you a lot about Uber. For many of us, the layoff seemed random and arbitrary, as if managers had been given a quota of people they should fire, not dissimilar to the way in which Uber deactivates drivers. This is an engineer on the inside telling you, right? And I'm seeing a record number of drivers getting deactivated, right? Good luck to try and get back in. Maybe unless you have COVA or a gig protection plan, it'll send off a legal letter, maybe you get back in. But good luck after they retaliate or fire you or wrongfully terminate you or deactivate you, like he says, good luck getting back in. So here's my email. Diego wanted my email. There it is. As a software engineer, I have a very different experience working for Uber than drivers do. Being classified as an employee affords me benefits, including healthcare, a retirement plan, stock vesting, and the ability to take paid vacation and sick leave. I hope this guy keeps his job, because I mean, he's just literally out at Uber, right? If they were going to retaliate, or they're going to try and find excuses to kick this guy out of the door. But he's made himself a hero, and he's made his name known in the engineer world. He will get 100 better job offers, right? And we support you. Thank you for exposing these fools. Uber drivers are not afforded these benefits since Uber misclassifies them as independent contractors, right? Here we go. Uber drivers are not afforded these benefits since Uber misclassifies them as independent contractors. Since January of this year, the law has been clear. Gig drivers should be classified as employees, yet Uber refuses to obey the law and is now seeking to get Prop 22 passed so they can write a new set of rules for themselves. And by the way, when I make videos about yes and no on 22, and I get some of the vile comments that I block and erase, right? Really trashy comments, F this and F that, just really aggro, just anger. You can see the anger inside of these people, right? Listen, I sleep well at night. And like I say, there was one guy a few weeks ago that crossed the line with me. He was a DoorDasher who threatened me physically. I took care of the matter. If you want to also be taken care of like that guy, go ahead and threaten, see what happens, right? But I'm okay if you're going to use your foul language and F you and UMF, you don't know what you're talking about. Okay, delete, right? I don't need that, right? But if you want to have a good, healthy one-on-one debate about yes or no on 22 all day long, if you want to trash talk, if you want to make stupid comments, if you're moving in the field of anger or anger management, don't bring it my way, buddy. It's going to go straight over my shoulders. Delete, goodbye, wash my hands, next, right? No threats, please. That's the only thing I'll warn. And I'll tell you what, didn't end very well for that one DoorDasher a few weeks ago. There's a misconception that all Uber drivers are part-time. Maybe they drive as a fun hobby in retirement or pick up a few hours after class in college, as I did. These drivers exist, but the drivers who are essential to Uber's business are full-time workers. A study commissioned by the city of San Francisco released in May found that 71% of the city's gig drivers work at least 30 hours per week. It is these drivers who give the majority of the rides. California legally requires employers to provide benefits to all workers working at least 30 hours per week. So 71% of daily drivers are currently denied benefits required by the state. Driver Steve, thank you, buddy. High five. Borat, high five. Software development is a very lucrative career to get into. No degree required, self-taught. Excellent. And that, my friend, has an amazing, promising future, right? If you're in that is not going away. In fact, everything is heading towards AI, artificial intelligence. So if you are a software engineer, or like Driver Steve says, software development is a very lucrative career, absolutely. I mean, yes, there's online courses you can take, even during the pandemic from home, you can enroll, right? You can teach yourself the languages. There's tons of literature out there. You know, when you can code in a couple of languages, my ex-wife is a phenomenal program. In fact, she programmed the code for the stealth bombers for the US, right? All the radar programming, she's an AI programmer. Unbelievable what she makes. I'm talking about my ex-wife per month. She makes insane money, right, for being a programmer. She's very versed in multiple languages. My younger sister in South Africa is an amazing software engineer developer. She's been all over the world because of her skill set. So 100%. You're either, you go there self-taught, curiosity, right? Like you said, you're curious, you start coding, you start learning, you start buying books, and suddenly you find yourself versed in multiple software languages. High demand, big money, very secure future. Well said. Thank you for the contribution. So were it not for my background as a Lyft driver, says the engineer, I would have accepted my employer's argument at face value. This was never about disrupting an industry. Their business model is the same as any other companies. Cut costs no matter what in order to increase profits, right? That's just how companies run. I've been lucky to meet some of Uber's fantastic drivers while organizing with the advocacy organization Gig Workers Rising. So he's giving them a plug. He's giving them a shout out. Diego says, my wife also. Good. She's probably brilliant at it, right? And it's a secure job. She'll always have a job, right? So this guy is plugging Gig Workers Rising. Everyone knows about the high cost of living in San Francisco. These folks are often trying to make do on less than minimum wage. I've met drivers who have to sleep in their cars, risk financial ruin over a single doctor's appointment, or go without life-saving medication. There is no way around it. And God forbid it hits you, right? So even those guys who want to go yes on 22, that are adamant it's yes on 22, I hope this type of scenario never ever hits you, because if it does, it's pretty much game over. Your rideshare career is over. There's no way around it. Uber's Prop 22 is a multi-million-dollar effort to deny these workers their rights. My message to other tech workers and to the public at large is this: research ballot propositions on your own. Thank you. Powerful, powerful statement. Research ballot propositions on your own. When your employer tells you to vote for something because it's what is best for the company, consider what your employer's interests might not align. Consider that your employer's interests might not align with your own or with society, right? And, here they are. They believe they have the drivers and the riders vote. I'll tell you what, they do not have California's vote. California has about 35 million people. Good luck trying to con those people to get the yes on 22, right? To employees at Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, or other gig economy companies, get to know the drivers who use your product every day. In many ways, we have more in common with these workers than we do with the executives making millions from our labor. Such a powerful statement coming from someone who's an employer at Uber and who has the balls, who has the titanium balls to speak out against these executives who have these supersonic salaries and cannot relate to the man on the street, cannot relate to the Slick Nicks, the Yegos, the Torstens, the Williams, etc., right? Slicknick says if they were able to overturn Prop 8 from 2008 in the federal court, could that be doable with Prop 22? I guess you could really, really fight it, and I guess the state is not going to just roll over if it's yes on 22. They will fight it and fight it and fight it. So Uber and Lyft and DoorDash are never going to be out of the clear with the state. The state will find 25 other angles to whip them and punish them. Watch. Just because they get a yes on 22, if they get it, it doesn't mean the show is over. So we have Maryland in the house. From Laurel, Maryland. Kimberly Kingston is here. We welcome you. I hope your family is safe. I hope you are, doing well during the pandemic. I hope money is coming your way, right? Driver Steve says, I think us drivers should put together our own proposition that works for us and our passengers. Yeah, we should have our own proposition on the ballot, paid by drivers for the drivers. Wonder what Dara would say about that. So in November, you will have a choice. It's coming up. You'll have a choice to vote for Trump again. You have a choice of voting him out again. You have a choice of voting Biden in if you want to with Kamala Harris. You have a choice to vote on all of these ballot measures in California. You have a choice of voting on your own ballot measures in your states, whether it's Washington, Maryland, Texas, Florida. Everyone has their propositions on the ballot. Study them, find out who wrote them, find out if there is sneaky or misguided language in them. You have to do the research, right? But on this particular one, he says to California, in November, you will have a choice to either stand with other workers and vote no on Proposition 22, or align yourself with executives and billionaires like Dara, like Jeff Bezos, like Tony Zhu, like John Zimmer, like Logan Green, by voting yes. So if you want to make those fat cats fatter, if you want them to have more Cristal and Dom Perignon champagne in their fridge, vote for them. If you want them to have more Russian caviar in their fridge, vote for them. But if you're for the guy on the street, if you're for the everyday American, like I am, voice for drivers, I vote no, period, right? So his closing statement says, stand with workers, vote no on Proposition 22. I hear this engineer, I understand his thinking, and I support his decision. I really do, because it's the only thing that makes sense to me, right? But I also would like to give any employer or any engineer or any attorney who works for Uber a message here, and that is leave the ship. If you guys haven't seen that you are hanging out and rowing on the Titanic, I would highly advise this engineer to leave the ship. Start looking for a more stable, better position, because Uber certainly is not the little favorable child out there in the corporate world or in the media. So I don't think it is a good thing to have on your resume, I just got fired as an engineer by Uber, I need a job, right? Or, hey, Uber is really doing bad on the stock, running out of money. You can see that they're trying to get loans for the Uber freight. They're trying to get loans left, right, and center. They need money so badly. And if you're an attorney on that ship like Randall Heimovicki, I tell you what, buy yourself a kayak or a rowing boat and get the hell away from the Titanic, because that thing is going down, right? Their self-driving unit is tanking. They're $2.5 billion in the negative. So I say to Uber and Lyft drivers, drive while you can, make the money, right? But always have plan B, plan C, and plan D in the pipeline. John Bloxham is in the house. There are more people not driving for Uber and Lyft and will be swayed by the TV advertising since they don't know what it is all about. Correct. Very powerful statement. Those TV ads are doing a lot of brainwashing. And it's like, my job, others, just tweet, just Facebook, set the record straight, right? Get it out there. We're getting through to people. I've been contacted by hundreds of regular California citizens through my network, through my various videos. So tell me, why should I vote no on 22? Because the TV ads say I should vote, and I lay it out for them. So who wrote the proposition, Uber and Lyft? Whose best interest is it in, Uber and Lyft, right? Who did you bail out during the pandemic to the tune of $413 million? You bailed them out. So why should they get your vote? Okay, thank you for educating me on that. I'll vote no. As long as you connect with one person, as long as you have a bumper sticker that says no on 22 or the side, it's fine, right? And for those guys who want to vote yes, I am not going to get into a battle with you. Go and vote yes, right? That engineer should have no problems finding another job. No, he won't, because he's bold, he's smart, he's strong. He's not, and he got an article on TechCrunch. It's the most recognized tech source in the world. I mean, that's where they go. Anywhere from Palo Alto, San Francisco, anybody that's in coding and in the software, whatever, goes to TechCrunch. They will know that website. So this guy has, it's not him yet, I think this is a stock photo, but this guy has 20 jobs lined up. Not gonna have we got Nifty 50 live in now. It says, what's up, y'all? We're doing well. Getting stronger day by day. Let me show you. Just the other day, I had a massive breakthrough. I was able to wiggle my toes. That to me was a big psychological and mental breakthrough, because it was so swollen and I was trying to move my toes. Nothing was moving, right? Nothing was moving. Fuck, I boxed myself in here. 1 second. Shaka Khan, I feel for you. Shaka Khan. Remember that song? Shaka Khan. So we got Ab Dezamat Montasir in the house, speedy recovery. Thank you, my friend. Hope you're doing well over there. Hope you and the family are doing great. And again, I appreciate everyone hanging out here with me in this live chat. We're in 37 minutes, 30 seconds. I've been plugging away all morning at Spot Above. That's my new real estate company. I've had a real estate company, but I'm branding it differently now with a lot of social media. The channel launches with about 30,000 videos. That's how much we've cranked out in the last few years with my team, about 30,000 videos. I want to be able to sell this. My goal, putting it out there in the universe, thank you, universe, right? My goal is to sell this company for a few $100 million. That is what it's a worldwide real estate portal, not just the United States, all countries. And it's pretty damn sweet and phenomenal. A lot of bells and whistles built in that realtors, brokers, home stages, mortgage companies will love. So Rusty says, I like your references. Sorry, I lost the... Firstly, Natalie Harrison's in the house. She says 15 medical insurance apply for Medic.co pays for their medicines and doctor's appointments, so there's no reason why they don't go apply. Thank you for that great feedback. Rusty says, I like your references like Borat. High five, Shaka Khan. Hey, we gotta keep it funny, Rusty, right? You will see me singing in my shows. You will see me cracking jokes, right? Listen, we live once. We got to laugh daily. We got to smile with our brothers and sisters and mix it up. I mean, we've spoken about 80s music in here. We've spoken about cars. We've spoken about everything, literally anything and everything. I heard like a big chug from a big... By the way, guys, you know, it's at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. now. 90 minutes from now, California time. Lakers versus Miami Heat. We've got to stay positive. High five, Borat. Do you like me? I like you. Do you like me? Borat's coming out with his next movie, right? He actually shot that during the pandemic. Did you guys see the trailer where he pulls up in his truck and he's got like a horse carriage on the back, and then he has his wife, got my wife, she's sitting on the roof in a baby chair, and the cops pull him over and say, dude, what the hell is that on your roof? He goes, he says something, my wife and my bear is in the back, my wife is on top of the car. He's funny. He's funny. I know he pissed off a lot of people in Kazakhstan. He's not even welcome back there, right? Because he really dissed Kazakhstan in the first video, right? And he's like, my sister, she #1 prostitute in Kazakhstan, right? Remember that from Borat, the one? So he's a funny guy. He's a funny guy. I can't wait to see it, really. It's just a good laugh. I mean, that Borat one was sometimes painful to watch what the guy got away with, right? When he was, remember, he was at a rodeo and he was singing there, God Bless America. I mean, guys just wanted to lynch him. So Slicknick says, I like in Borat when the subtitles come up in Hebrew and then in English subtitles cover them. Yeah, exactly. He's a cracker, man. And, you know, maybe you guys know him from the Ali G show. Does anybody know him from the Ali G show? That's what put him on the map. Right? There's some really, really funny interviews when he's in the Ali G show. So yeah, what else do we have to share? Reached out to a couple of influencers today, Kevin the Entrepreneur and a couple of others. Had a good meeting with another sponsor who wants to get into the rideshare arena called Legal Rideshare. And then I said, listen, I sent them a whole, they wanted me to consult. How can they get their brand out there? So I sent them the whole list of influencers that I believed should be on their list. I sent them how to conduct the marketing over 60 days. And then I said, you know, go and pay these people and also pay them for referrals. So hopefully Kevin and a whole lot of other YouTubers will be getting some nice contracts because of those negotiations that I had with Legal Rideshare, right? I will be plugging them along with my other sponsors like Kova, right? Because ladies and gentlemen, when you take the time to build out a channel, I've built out 12 YouTube channels, right? Eventually, when you have enough, I probably have close on to 80, 90,000 subscribers between all the channels. My intention is to get to about 500,000 subscribers by the end of next year, especially with the new real estate channel when we launch that. But you will see sponsors step forward, embrace them, work out great deals with these companies, promote them. This is great additional income, right? And yes, it is a little bit annoying when these sponsor ads appear in these live feeds, but this is how YouTubers and influencers make their bread and butter, right? And the good thing is that I don't concentrate just on YouTube. I'm running 2 other companies, right, which make me good money. This is like my hobby. This is like my calling, developed and morphed into this voice for drivers. And I enjoy it. I enjoy getting under Uber and Lyft and Grubhub and DoorDash and Postmates and Uber Eats skin to try and make them better platforms, right? Exposing the crap, the shenanigans that they do, pushing for a better workplace for drivers, right? So it's an easy job for me because I don't fear these characters, right? So you go out there in these daily 15 round matches with them, and you just try and bring out the best. You try and push the envelope. You try and push the limits, right? They can do better. They should do better. And if we keep the pressure on, they will do better. So Slicknick says in the movie Bruno, oh yeah, remember Bruno? God, that was funny. When Harrison Ford tells Bruno to F off, that was scripted. Harrison was doing a favor for Sacha Baron. Okay, I did not know that. Interesting. So Scott Tucker is in the house. He says, hello, everyone. Scott Tucker, you can also share. Scott Tucker did a brave move. He started his credit repair company, right? And he has a great website. Please feel free to share it. Is this the website, clearcreditrepair.solutions.com? Scott, if you want to put that link underneath, right? He's here also to assist rideshare drivers with their credit if you're having some credit problems, right? So if that's the website, buddy, why don't you go ahead and put that link in there so that the others can see it. Reach out to Scott. He's in the house right now. He's another brother from Vegas who made a big, bold move to start his own company. I support him on that journey. Love to give him periodic shout outs. But I like what you're doing. I like where you're going with this, Scott. And that is, trying to help rideshare drivers repair their credit, right? Remember, if you want to move from renting a house to buying a house, from financing a little car to financing a Cadillac, your credit's got to be clean. So by all means, please share the link here, or maybe I will. Boom, boom, boom. I was waiting for Scott, but then I'm going to have to do it for Scott. Clear. And that's how we roll. We help each other. Clear Credit Repair Solutions. I hope I got that right, Scott. Reach out to him. Reach out to Scott if you are a rideshare driver. If you plan on climbing the ladder, if you plan on financing a bigger car one day, plan on... Diego says, God bless you, brother, and get well soon. My friend, I mirror the same wishes back to you. An amazing individual. I appreciate you, I respect you, and I love having you here in the streams. You always bring good energy. Thank you for being here, right? So Rusty Shackelford, thumbs up. Borat, hello, I like you. Do you like me? I'm Borat. Borat, my girlfriend, she's Pamela Anderson. Pamela Anderson, beautiful. She's in America. I'm going to visit, I'm going to marry her. Pamela Anderson, my name is Borat. I paid off my credit cards. My credit would be in the 800s. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That's a amen to 800, buddy. Amen. Slick Nick says, I took a run to the post office and back, almost 4 miles round trip. It was to send the letter to RPV, that's Rancho Palos Verdes certified. Go and get the money, Slick Nick. Show me the money, Rancho Palos Verdes. Write him that check. You see, he didn't give up. He pursued it. He went after them. We went back several times. This is how you do it. This is how you do it. Go and get your money from Rancho Palos Verdes, and they will write you a check. Mark my words. Kanka Ashik Reza in the house. He goes, good afternoon, Prof. How are you doing? I am doing great, my brother. I'm getting stronger every day. I hope you are doing well. I hope you and your family are doing well and you're safe, right? Don't do reckless shit like take your mask off, like the guy has got COVID. He walks into the White House and he takes his mask off, endangering all these other people. Oh, God save me on this one, please. If only he could send the right message to the rest of the world. Wear your masks, get through it. Look at how New Zealand did. We had New Zealand Vicky in the house earlier on. Look at their country, how they did it. No deaths, right? We're on 210,000 dead people, ladies and gentlemen. This guy's getting the best treatment in the world, this president. Average guy on the street doesn't get remdesivir and timodoxaphane and all of those steroids, and they don't get that. They don't have the money for that. He gets the best of the best. But then going out there and putting his mask off and say, do not be afraid of COVID. Do not be afraid. Lordy, give me strength. So Scott says that's the only special deal I'm going to do for drivers. That's cool. Awesome. Good, good, good. All righty. So we're on the 50-minute mark. I mean, I guess we could go to 1 hour. We shouldn't have a problem with that. Let's see what other good rideshare stories are in the news. And by the way, in my video yesterday, in my live feed, yesterday was Monday, Our House Mondays, I was just showing people, two sites that I love. They truly work. Craigslist, right? And Facebook Marketplace. You have no idea how many car parts, old parts, stuff that I'm throwing out, right? Stuff that you don't need anymore. We liquidated that in the last few weeks. Today I made $700 on Facebook. $700 on Facebook Marketplace, selling stuff off, old car parts that were just sitting around. Even said to my mechanic, who's got tons of engines there, VW engines, Van Oggen engines, Chevy engines, old transmissions. I said, they photographed it all, selling it, taking a 20% commission, and the people are walking in, picking it up and paying cash, right? You can sell other people's stuff. You can help other people sell things, liquidate it, get rid of it, right? One person's trash is another person's treasure. You want to make money in the pandemic? Get your camera out, right? It's got a great photographic camera. Go take pictures of all the things that you want to sell, even old clothing, blah, blah, blah. Get it out, right? Turn it into cash. If you're stressing out about money, turn all those. You got Craigslist, you got Facebook Marketplace. I swear on those two. It works. It works. It works. It works. Nifty 50 says he possibly infected Secret Service agents along with his own staff. Yeah, it's disgusting that these Secret Service members now have to go into quarantine for 14 days, right? Because the vehicle that's designed, it's chemical proof, so not an ounce of chemical or anything from the outside can get in, and it's bomb proof, right? So those guys are stuck there in this little refrigerator with him, right? He's taking a little tour around Maryland, around Walter Reed, waving at his people. But who are the people that have to? They can't say no. The Secret Service can't say no. They have to do the job. Now they had to quarantine. What's up with that, people? What's up? All right. Oh, wow. I just heard that Stephen Miller, the advisor to Trump, caught the virus. Another one. And another one bites the dust. And another one goes. And another one goes. Another one bites the dust. Hey, you get a and another one goes. And another one goes. And another one gets COVID. Another one gets COVID. Boom, boom, boom. Another one gets COVID. Boom, another one goes. And another one goes. And another one bites the dust. Boom, boom. And another one gets COVID. Boom. So Kanka says, I got tired of hearing from Uber to vote yes on Proposition 22. You know what? I'm desperately expecting both Uber and Lyft to get vanished from California. Kanka, we can wish it upon them, like, okay, well, get out of California. I want those people to keep their jobs. I want people to become true independent contractors, right? And I'll tell you what, Uber and Lyft, it was the biggest bluff they made when they said, oh, well, we'll leave California. No, they won't. They're not going to leave their number one market, San Francisco, their biggest city, LA, their second biggest city, but San Diego, Orange County, all these. They would never, ever. If Uber and Lyft left California, game over, shut down, close your operations, fire everyone. Game over. Never, ever happened. So that bluff, I would have, any time, the guy, if that was a poker table and that was the bluff, oh, we're going to shut down. Okay, I'll match you. I'll double you. I'd make money all day long. They're not shutting down. And in August, they were threatening to shut down. Remember? They were threatening Javier Becerra. Oh, we're going to shut down. Shut down, MF. You're not going to shut down. You're not going to leave you. So let's not start a rumor here. So Expert Choice says Uber shuts down. No, they're not shutting down. I'm just saying they threatened to shut down. They would never shut down. Guys, would they shut down? Never. Do you think they would shut down? Look how hard they fought for London. I mean, they fought tooth and nail. They didn't abandon London. They spent millions, tens of millions to get their license back. I do not like Stephen Miller. He's just a racist pig. He's a racist pig. I do not like racist pigs. I don't like racist, period. I don't like white supremacists, period. Who do you think you are? You think you're a superior race? No, you're not. We're all God's children. We're all multi-international from, whether you believe in Buddhism, Christianity, if you're Catholic, if you're a Muslim, we're all God's children. We're all children on this earth. We all have to work together and coexist, my friends. No one, I'm not more special than any other guy. I'm not more special than the janitor, right? I'm not lesser than the king. We're all humans, right? Humans with different degrees, humans with kids, humans with families, right? Humans dealing with a pandemic. Give me a break. Roger that, brother. Roger that. I like it. I like that word. Roger that. This is when I was in South Africa watching TV. That's the first time I heard as a little kid when I heard it in one of the American episodes. Roger that. That American voice. I remember that. I was a kid. I used to watch that Knight Rider. You know, today he's my client. David Hasselhoff's my client. We'd be partying with him a few times. Crazy guy, fun guy. Calls me Mr. Africa. How are you doing, Mr. Africa? And David Hasselhoff and I have one thing in common. We both dated a South African girl. I dated her before him, which means I banged her before him. Banged her. Get it? So we have funny few stories we've shared with each other. I shared that with him. I said, you realize that your girlfriend, Pamela in South Africa, the one that you were besotted over, you went gaga over her. That was my girlfriend before you had her. It's like, really? Now he's got this super, super cute Welsh. She's from Wales. She's a sweetheart. She's way younger than him. And this guy's tall. I mean, he's he's like 6'7". He's a giant, David Hasselhoff. He's a fun guy, though. He really is. He really is. Ford Pinto. Original Ford Pinto. That's cool. I can't wait for the movie industry to bounce back, because I was renting out my classics to the movie industry. You know, that was great money. And then boom, along comes the pandemic. So you've got all these classics sitting around, but you got to rent them out. Can't rent them out because they're not making movies. You know, rented my classics to videos for Kendrick Lamar, for Elton John, all of these different shows and movies. They would rent your old classics, Khalid videos, come and pick up the cars, come in with a truck, clean it, return it clean, full gas, and then pay you a nice, handsome check. If you guys want to make money, right, if you have the money to buy classic cars, get them on 4 or 5 websites that facilitate classic cars to the movie industry, right? Upload all your pictures, and then they rent them out. Good way of making money. And you get to drive them, right? How about dumpling? Good question. I mean, dumpling is truly the model as is functioning. I believe in Texas very, very well. They're doing well. I don't quite like the name. I hear dumplings, I get hungry. But they need to come to LA. I think they are coming to LA. They are coming to LA. And we will help them roll out the red carpet. I have reached out, I've emailed them. I said, listen, if you are willing to pay and pay like a referral fee, we'll send you the drivers. What do you have to lose? What do you have to lose for driving with dumpling for 1 or 2 months? You do the numbers, you crunch the numbers. What do you have to lose? Nothing, right? What does dumpling have to lose? They have nothing to lose. Come into LA, come into California, mix it up with Uber and Lyft. What do you have to lose? You're already banging heads in Texas, right? So you might as well roll out your carpets here and start setting up your foundations in California. Come on, dumpling. Send us a dumpling. Diego, I am crazy about classic cars. Crazy. I go absolutely nuts about classics. Don't know what it is. Since a little teenager, I've always said, oh, those cars, I'm going to own them one day. You know, I think when you visualize it and you, that's my one. Put a lot of work into that one. That's my other. Put a lot of work into that one. And this is my, got a whole bunch of old cars. This one, I just did the interior, put a whole new dash, all the buttons, all the original steering wheel in that one. I love classics. I love classics. Show you another nice picture of this Jaeger. I think you'll appreciate this. This, by the way, is a beautiful car. This is over at my wife's work. They have different cars that they can drive. How lucky are they? Well, I'll show you something really, it's a little bit far away. Try and reach out, touch me. So, where is it? I want to show you something here. That's why you love your kids, man. You're gonna have kids, you love your kids. Hard with the leg. So got me some nice gifts. But what I love about my kids is that they always make me personal cards. It's just amazing. This is Ryan, writes me this, right? And then these are my boys, and then I have 2 girls. I've got 5 kids, right? And my biggest one is 2 inches taller than I am, Dylan. But so I sent happy birthday, Dad. This was just last week. Although 2020 hasn't been the best year for everyone, you've certainly made mine a whole lot better. When you recover from your injury, 52-year-old Torsten is going to become 22-year-old Torsten again. So he sees me as the 22-year-old Torsten. I'm so thankful to have you in my life, Dad. I love you endlessly. Love, Dylan. So that was from Dylan. Send me that with that. Then Ryan, Ryan you've seen in many life. He makes me this fold-out card. Happy birthday. All right, so he makes me this one. And he goes, this is the younger guy. He goes, happy birthday, Dad. And by the way, I got cards from all the kids. This year, 2020, has been very rough for people around the world. How caring is that as a child? It says, this year, 2020, has been very rough for people around the world. But even though coronavirus happened, you made our summer so enjoyable. From surfing to FaceTiming, you have always kept a smile on my face. It really sucks your foot is broken, but when you heal, I know we will have so many epic adventures in store. Love, Ryan. Hey, blessed, my friends, blessed. If you have kids, you'll know what I'm talking about. Blessed. Blessed. I do have a remarkable family. I love them. And I have a really, really epic wife as well. A really, really epic, sweet wife. So I'm blessed, right? And that's your priority, your numero uno, your number one in life, your family, your blood, right? Amit Shaka says, what's the best areas of LAIEOC for airport transfers? Sorry, not on subject. That's fine. You totally. So, what I like, I think a big money maker, Amit, is the inbound Thousand Oaks, Calabasas to LAX. It's a very frequent trip you pick up out here. You can position yourself at the Four Seasons, off Lindero or at Sheraton. Money trips. Another great inbound trips are if you are like somewhere up in Rancho Palos Verdes or somewhere right at the end of the South Bay. Those are usually really, really nice inbound long trips to LAX, right? If you are looking at the IE, obviously their go-to airport is Ontario, but Ontario Airport, California, which is just off the 10, doesn't facilitate all those international flights. So if you're coming from the IE, right, the trip may take you to Ontario, but sometimes you get lucky. It takes you all the way through to LAX, another fantastic, fantastic place. If you're willing to take that drive down the 210, is to go and position yourself in the really good areas of Pasadena. And I'm mainly giving you the input on XL, SUV, and Lux, because those are the categories where I made the most money. That's where I saw the big money. Pasadena to LAX runs, Rancho Palos Verdes at the hotels at the back there to LAX, or out here at Lindero, Four Seasons, Thousand Oaks, Westlake, Calabasas to LAX, or position yourself around Ontario if you're coming from the Inland Empire, from the IE, right? Diego says, Azdvagies Paban. And translate that for me, brother. There was a funny picture. And then Diego, I'm going to leave you with this last picture, because then I've got to start rocking and rolling, getting ready for the game at 6 p.m. So this one, I probably dropped $25,000 into this car in the last 4 months. The sound system in that car alone is about worth $4,000. So it's going to be powered by sound, not by electric, not by hybrid, not by gasoline. I'm powering this car on sound. It's going to hop around. Ontario Airport. Wicked Hustle guys in the house. Always good to see the WHG in the house. So I missed what the engineer. You can do a recap. It's just an interesting story. You know, it's a story from an insider who does both. He's employer, he's an employee for Uber, and then he also speaks as a driver because he understands both sides. It's really, really refreshing article. Nifty 50 says, do you use your webcam as a webcam live, or do you use a camera as a webcam for YouTube? I have right now, to answer that, Nifty 50, I have a Logitech HD 1080p. It's about $90 webcam running on the one. And then I have another little camera here, like that's on top of the Apple. So right now I'm double streaming. And the reason the majority of the people are in this stream right now, only a few people in the other stream, but I'm collecting hours in another channel so that I'm almost at the monetize that you need 4,000 hours. 4,000 hours to monetize your channel. So far, out of my 12 YouTube channels, I've monetized 4. I'm now about to monetize my 5th channel, which means you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watched hours. And that channel I want to hand over to my children because they want to do a channel together. You know, they've both been to acting school, they've been to comedy school, they've been in a lot of movies, they've been in a lot of commercials. That's just how they make money on the side, right, as kids. But they're ready for the camera, right? They're really, really ready. They're funny together. I know that Dylan, my older one, is a little bit more shy than Ryan. Ryan is definitely not shy. He'll go up to anyone, right? But Nifty says, I bought a Canon M50, great camera, great camera, and want to make videos. Cool. So the one thing you want to do with that, a good suggestion is to reach out to DRR or watch a Dark Road Runs video. He's a legend. You want to get yourself a nice, stable, type of, this is the one that I use for the GoPro. This is my GoPro one for diving, right? Go diving. So this is a little bit different. The GoPro fits inside there, but you want to get yourself a nice, stable, like a stabilizer for that camera if you want to do a lot of walking around. And then Get yourself a nice tripod. I have like 8 tripods. If you ever want to drop by and get a free tripod, I'll gladly give you a free tripod. I have tons of tripods. The other thing that you want to get yourself is at Best Buy, they have these tiny little tripods. Like they're really, really, where is mine? No, these tiny little tripods, you could set it up. And lighting is a big one, right? Go out on Amazon and buy yourself these like sort of cone shaped lighting. You can get them for about $100 for a set with the little tripods. Set up your lighting, a few lights. And again, I'm not the master. I'm definitely not the master. People like Dustin, people like Jay Credeur, people like Harry, the rideshare guy, people like Dave, the Uber slave, and especially people like Dark Road Run can teach you a few things on lighting and sound. Like I'm not the go-to tech guy, but if you want anything business related, you want to know how to grow your business, if you want to know how to market your business, you can come to me all day long. They all run circles around these characters, right? But not the techie guy. So that's why I love like Dark Road Run's channel, because he's so informative. Hey, I'm using this lens, and this one creates this effect, and this camera does this, and this thing does this, and this, and this software does this. Like, okay, buddy, I'm learning. Keep on talking. Keep on talking. I'm all ears. Keep on talking. Dark Road Run is a great suggestion. Another good source is the Van Life guy. Yes, up in Washington. He's crazy, but shoots beautiful. And the one thing that I probably spent about $3,000 on this, but I bought myself a professional drone. And I'm getting better and better at it, and especially with Spot Above the real estate channel, because we're going to be filming like high-end luxury homes. Started experimenting there with my team. That drone is amazing, the footage. Amazing. Even when I used to have the rideshare trucks, the Uber and Lyft trucks that would go up and down the coastline, I would shoot many like panoramic shots with the drone. Drone brings a whole beautiful dimension to photography. 2 cameras, 1 tripod. You don't need more than one, unless you're shooting from different angles. But those tripods are cheap, and they're like $25, $30. They're not expensive. If you ever need an industrial one, like a big one that holds the big cameras, I also have that if anybody ever needs to lend that one. They're expensive. They're the big, bulky, massive, massive tripods that can hold a couple 100-pound equipment. I have one of those as well. So Nifty 50 says he bought one. And then thank you. Diego said, Azvak yes Baban means God bless you. I hope I'm not saying it incorrectly, but I mirror that back. Cool. So yeah, we're on 1 hour 15. A lot of blood is rushing into my foot, so it's down there and it's pumping right now. I need to get my foot elevated. Can only go for a certain while. Can't pretend to be the superhero here because I'm not. I'll try and be a superhero for you guys in 8 weeks' time. But in the next 30 days, I will be clubbing Uber and Lyft on Proposition 22. Mark my words. I got a lot of cool surprises. A lot of cool surprises lined up for Uber and Lyft. And I got a lot of cool surprises for Randall Heimovicki. Got some really, really nice surprises for you, buddy. Stay tuned. Attorney Randall Heimovicki, who put my family in harm's way. I have some beautiful surprises up my sleeve for you. Oh yeah, and you can do socially distanced walkthroughs like that. Yeah. You know, drone is a great way to remain socially distanced and get good footage. But if you're doing like what they call an open house in real estate, right? You can go and check open houses in your city, right? The real estate agents or brokers will have their open houses. So, well, on Saturday from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m., we have an open house at this and this address. You'll see it on Trulia. You'll see it on Zillow. You'll see it on Realtor.com. They all facilitate open houses. If you, as a realtor, Go and introduce yourself. Give them your business card. You walk in with a tripod, with one of those handheld gimbals, right? And say, hey, by the way, do you mind if I do a quick video walkthrough of your house, show my clients? Yeah, absolutely. You're doing free marketing for them. So these open houses are magic. Get well as well, Diego. So if you really want a great job within the job, like a hustle that'll make you, side hustle that'll make you more money than rideshare, go and do your real estate license. Go and do your real estate license. I'll tell you what, do it on Allied Schools online for a few $100. When you start doing deals inside your car, magic happens, right? All right, I'm tired. Thank you very much. That was a great, great session. Thank you to the software and engineer for speaking up, for being brave, for having titanium balls. I want to see more employees step up and expose these people for who they are. But a huge shout out to you. I didn't get your name. Sounds like you're anonymous. Great article written by Kurt Nelson. Sharing the story with the outside world. This is who we need. We need more brave people like this engineer. Thank you. Continue to heal. Lots of love and light. That's one of my favorite lines. If someone's in pain, if someone's had a surgery, I always say, I'm sending you love and light. It's so powerful, that statement, love and light. Just, it's so descriptive, right? And we should never be scarce with sharing our love with others, right? Always say, hey, I'm sharing my love and light with you, right? Nifty 50 says, take care. Thank you, my brother. Wicked Hustle guy made those great 2 recommendations. Yeah, the van life guy, I like him. He's great. I watch a lot of those channels. You learn a lot, especially about photography, lighting. I learn a lot from Dark Road Run, and he truly shares openly. That's what I appreciated about him. Be well, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Sanitize your car. Wear your masks, right? Stay COVID free. Stay COVID-19 free for your families, for yourself. Do whatever it takes to get to 2021. Scott Tucker just killed me right at the end. He said they rest up and eat some cheesecake. God, why did you have to mention cheesecake? Cheesecake is my weakness. Laura made me a phenomenal cheesecake the other day with strawberries. Oh, it was delicious. Now all I can think about is cheesecake. I will, Scott Tucker, I will go and find cheesecake. Sherelle's in the house. Whoop, 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 whoop. Sherelle's in the house. And by the way, you know, I bought this Oculus because of Dark Road Run. Man, when he did that video of zooming around on planet Earth, did you see that video that Dark Road Run made? This is Oculus. It's not a cheap toy. It was like about $500. But man, when you go out on that, I don't know what it is, like that 3D traveling around the world with your Oculus. Wow. I learned that from DRR. That's why I went out and got this sucker. A lot of fun. All right, amigos. Make sure your tags. I got to get my tags done here on one of the cars. So it's a reminder to all the people. You know, we've got to get our little tags and glue them on there. Right. So make sure you guys are up to speed so you don't get pulled over. Sometimes we forget that, right? Sometimes we completely forget, and the next thing we get pulled over, hey, your tags are all right. Do it before it expires. Have a good one, everyone. Scott says, I have one great for movies. Kenneth Holacek, how are you, buddy? Good to see you. Kenneth Holacek, I don't know why YouTube retracted your message. I didn't do that. If you want to rewrite it. And then Empire says, blessings. Thank you. Same to you and your family, buddy. Blessings. Be safe, everyone. I'll be back very, very soon with the next live feed. from the Rideshare Professor. Have a good one. Take care. Be safe. Thank you.